Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Tony'sPicks.com. I'm Tony T. Time for NBA 3-pack here from Ramon Scott. You'll find the Supreme Plays over at Tony'sPicks.com. Producing great results over the last 30 days. 1,880 units of profit, all sports combined. We'll bring Ramon in right now, ready to roll with Ramon in NBA. Ramon, what's going on?
Yeah, Tony, day off from the NBA on Monday night. Empty night of games, but they're ready to roll back into it here with a full 9-game card, Tony. And, well, this week is, we get really down to the business here. Some teams are battling for some spots still. Some teams have long been out of it in the Tankapalooza, but just about set for the postseason. Still a few things to be determined.
We'll try a big 14-game card here from the NBA. We got Ramon. We'll cover three
Yeah.
here on the show as we're getting ready here for the first one. Will be Pacers and Raptors. We see the Pacers 11.5 on the road, the total 239.5.
Yeah, practically everybody in action. You got me on that one, yeah. Let's take a look at this one, Indiana and Toronto. Tony, the other night I mentioned how I thought we would see low-scoring games. That was going to be the end of it for me. I mean, I really was thinking that heading into this weekend was going to be the last of that. I flipped my opinion of the way things are going to go here a little bit towards the end of the season. I mean, I was going to anyways, but maybe I was just a little bit too late with that adjustment. This is going to be one of them here. Not that, we know Indiana's put up some big scores, but you look at overall this season, really, they're not necessarily, they're like 50-50 over and under. But in this matchup here against Toronto in this situation tonight, I mean, obviously the Pacers, I mean, this is a whole new situation, the way the Bucks are trying to give this situation away. So Pacers will have their usual type of game, I would think, here and end up in a shootout of some kind. With Toronto, their last meeting was 130 to 122 back in February. Toronto won at Indiana. And just before that, Indiana won at Toronto 127, 125. Their meeting in November had 262 points. So Toronto's gone over in 5 of the last 6. I just think this one's a can't at 240, Tony. I mean, there's no can't miss. I wanted to say, but it's going to be up there. If it doesn't go over, Tony, it's going to be in the high 230s. I just think there's no other way to this game's going to go. I don't see it being a low-scoring game at all.
All right, well, Scott, click the link below for his best bets, Pacers and Raptors. The pick here will be over total of 239.5. All right, we'll continue here on our NBA rundown 3-pack here from Ramon Scott as we get ready here for the next game here on the board as we move here to 7:40 Eastern time. So we'll go ahead and move the games up here. We're going to get to this one right here. It will be Heat and Hawks. Heat 3 on the road. Total sits 223.
Yeah, so I like a lot of games over moving forward for the rest of the season. This one, I thought I was going to like. Tony, I was wrong. I'm making adjustments here on the fly with my numbers. I know some people kind of rely on the numbers from all season. I'll get back to those numbers here in about 2 weeks. I'm willing to make quick adjustments here on the fly. I was going to go over, Tony, like about 215 here. Maybe my prognostication was incorrect, but if this number is going to sit here above 220, 221, going under. Even though I'm calling for high-scoring games. Miami and Atlanta, that sounds like a high-scoring game to me. Last meeting, 109, 108. Atlanta won at Miami. That was back in mid-January, but the series has gone under in 4 of the last 5. Miami's gone under in 19 of their last 25 games right now. Obviously, this one still has some ramifications here, but I would think this one at 220. I'm going to go under. It's going to be a game where maybe it's going to land between 215, 221. I'm thinking, Tony. I know that's a pretty big window actually, but I'm taking under just because I think this number is too high.
All right, Ramon Scott. Click the link below for his best bets. Heat and Hawks. The picks here will be under total of 221. All right, let's continue here on our NBA rundown, guys. Remember the promo code TonyT at checkout will save you 20% off all Ramon's pre-pick packages. Remember the link to his page is in the description. All right, let's continue here on our NBA 3-pack as we're ready to continue on to the next game, and it will be waiting for it. Here it is right now. It will be the Knicks and the Bulls head-to-head. Knicks 4 on the road, a total 212.5.
Yeah, I think the fact that the Bulls were able to beat the Knicks in that game, Tony, the other day has me on the Knicks here to get a little bit of revenge. We know Chicago's still trying to battle it out with Atlanta there in those last two spots. He was at home, but for the Knicks, I think they can still feel like if they could. They came back and beat Milwaukee, which was big. I mean, we know that Indy's there and everything. So I think the Knicks here, Tony, just laying less than about a handful here. They're 27-16 against the spread as a favorite this season, 8-4 against the spread in their last 12. Hawks have failed to cover in 7 of their last 10 games. They're just got blown out by Orlando, Tony. So Knicks on the road here. I'm going to look to lay these points. I think the revenge kind of helps them out here a little bit in this one, Tony. It was 108-100 a couple of nights ago. Chicago got the Knicks, remember. So Knicks come back and beat them here on the road and cover the spread.
All right, Ron Scott says here, Knicks and Bulls. Knicks laying the 4.5. All right, we got you through this 3-pack from the NBA from Ramon. So now it's time to take a look over at Tony'sPicks.com for the Tuesday card. Lots of volume across the board here. NBA 14 games, MLB 15, 13 NHL. So you do the math. It's about 40 games. High volume Tuesday here. Ramon doing great work here over the last 30 days. 1,880 units of profit, all documented. What do you have going on over at Tony's Picks?
Yeah, Tony, I'm not going to shortchange anybody. We're going to look at that whole NBA card as we just did with 3 good-looking plays here, but we'll get to that big NBA card tomorrow and be firing away on NBA, NHL, Major League Baseball. You talk about the volume, and I always say I'm a volume capper. Well, today, 4 plays, but again, we had just the Major League Baseball, the 2 hockey, and of course the national championship. We won the national championship. We had the under as our premium pick. Tony, I got second in my pool. By the way, out of all the entries, second place. But hey, it's all about the handicapping here at Tony'sPicks.com. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 20% off all premium pick packages. Tony was showing you there the long-term packages, the 3-day, 7-day, and 30-day over at Tony'sPicks.com. When you subscribe to my picks, you get all of my selections. Yeah, I sell individual packages every day in the major sports and offer that promo code so you can get it as a pretty inexpensive price. But, man, the best way to go when you're following me is to get one of these extended packages. You can save 20% on those as well. Right now, with it being Monday, why not grab a 7-day pass? Let's roll all week in Major League Baseball and get ready for the NHL and NBA postseason. But there's important games in both, so good time to sample. Went 3-1 on Monday. We're kind of building up another little winning streak, Tony. That's what happens here. And a little loser there, and boom, we get them right back. We start building it again. You see me at the getting up on the top of the leaderboards again here at Tony'sPicks.com. So use that promo code TonyT at checkout to save 20% off all those premium pick packages. Definitely be firing, Tony. You mentioned the size of the cards tomorrow, so we'll be back at it probably, I would say 5 to 7, maybe 9, maybe 10. It looks like a pretty good card with the baseball and the basketball and the hockey. Wouldn't call it the dog days just yet, but I sure wish the playoffs would get here after the national championship being over tonight. But we'll have winners for you for the next 2 weeks.
That's right. Get on board with Ramon Scott over at Tony'sPicks.com. You see the great results for Ramon over the last 30 days. 1,880 units of profit, all sports combined. And you can verify those numbers simply going to Ramon's handicapper page, where all the plays are documented and recorded as well. As you can see, every play that Ramon has listed here on the site. Click the link in the description, land here, check out his records, check out his picks that he's posted that have been graded. And of course, these are the long-term passes. Get on board. Of course, it'll save you 20% off when you use that promo code TonyT at checkout. Access Ramon's page by clicking the link in the description. And go ahead and get signed up. All right, Ramon also put together a 3-pack from MLB, a 3-pack from NHL. To get those picks, you're going to have to like and subscribe and set those notifications. Get notified and get those 6 other picks, those 6 other video picks from Ramon here on the channel. For Ramon, I'm Tony, and we'll talk to you guys later.